Hi everybody, today I want to talk with you guys about something that's been coming up on the statue chat more frequently, and that is how to take care of your statue. I've seen a lot of people ask, is it a problem whether there's dust on my statue, how can I de-dust them, are there certain things I can do, cannot do, what do I use to keep my statues in a good shape. So I'll walk you guys through it, and I hope you can take home some interesting tips from what I'm about to tell you guys. Alright, let's do this. Okay guys, so we're back again. So I've taken out the stuff that I usually use taking care of my statues. This is not a golden recipe. Some of you might say I agree with him, others will say that's bullshit. Everyone does his own thing, but there are some things that you might be able to pick up from this video. So the first thing I use are gloves. I always use gloves to take care of my statues because firstly, of course, you avoid fingerprints, but the second thing is that you avoid sweat being transferred from your hands over to your statue. The reason why I find this important is because of the fact that sweat has a pH that's lower than 7. So there is a risk that your sweat might corrode the paintwork on a statue. This is, of course, relatively rare, though the risk exists. So I prefer to always use a pair of gloves to protect my statues. The second thing we have are these makeup brushes. I use a smaller tip one and a wider tip one. I also had a third one which was even wider, but that somehow disappeared. I'm still thinking my girlfriend stole it, I'm not sure. These ones are very useful to do the de-dusting with. So the thing which is important is that they are very soft, so they don't create any scratches. So when you buy these, make sure that you buy those with the softest brush. I think it's on the package somewhere. So don't buy the ones with a hard brush, as when you go over the statue you risk of scratching the paint. Though when you use a soft brush, you're very certain that you won't scratch it and you can easily de-dust. Third thing that I use is a can of compressed air. Some people like these, others don't. The reason why is that they can produce a certain amount of force, which can blow off certain pieces of a statue. I haven't seen it happen, I haven't had it happen with me, but I've read some things online. So some are a fan of compressed air, others aren't. What is important is to take enough distance when you use this one, and to not continuously keep blowing on a piece, because the air becomes colder and colder and colder as you use it. So try and use it intermittently. A third thing that I use but currently don't have on me is a little pear-shaped tube which also blows air, which you can use for instance for a camera as an alternative to the compressed air can, as it works a bit softer. As for the procedure, I have a sort of three-step procedure that I go through, being that at first I use the can of compressed air to just give the general blowover or whatever you want to call it. Secondly, I take out the wider brush, and then thirdly, I take out the smaller brush. But let me guys show you how it works. So the first thing that I use for de-dusting is my can of compressed air, as I told you guys. I move in an outward fashion from base to top and then from top to base, both on the front and the back side. Just give it a quick sweeping over. I use it intermittently as not to make sure that it doesn't get too cold for the piece and it doesn't freeze over anything. So this is just a quick spray down or spray over or whatever you want to call it, just to make sure that in general it's okay. Okay guys, so having sprayed Mole with compressed air, I thought I'd give him a bit of a turn. As to show you guys, this is a very dynamic piece. There's a lot of flow to it, but it also means that there are a lot of nooks and crannies to clean. And it's just to highlight that not every piece is the same. A static piece with a little bit of flow or no flow to it will be a lot easier compared to this piece. You can consider this a more advanced piece when it comes to cleaning. That being said, I always start from the top, I go to the bottom, and having an air purifier in your statue room might be an interesting idea as well. I always start using a wider brush, as you can see here, and then afterwards I go and use a smaller brush. Always take your time when dusting a piece as to make sure that you don't mess anything up, there aren't any breakages. Alright, so let's get to it. So as I said, I start up at the bottom, and then when I... fuck! Ah, shit, fuck me. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, fucking shit. Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit, this is so messed up. Fuck me. Oh shit. Fuck. No, fuck this. Oh shit. Where the fuck is he out front? So for you who didn't realize it yet, this of course wasn't a real instructional video, but I had a piece that came in broken and we decided to pull a little prank with it. So the tips that I gave of course are usable, but just so you guys know, the portrait's in there really well. I had to do like 15 or 20 takes just to make this happen. I had to take it out, tilt it on the neck, and then try and apply the right amount of pressure, otherwise it would just slip back in. So it's actually really firmly in there. So if you have a dark mole, don't worry, the portrait's in there really firmly. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye bye. Then the second thing, which is more tedious, of course. Oh shit! Alright, so let's get to it. So, when you go... Oh shit! Fuck! Ah, shit. Yeah, fuck this. Yeah, I'm a... fucking hell.